What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol OCGN for Ocugen Inc. On the left-hand side, we do have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, this is a stock I used to cover regularly. This was, as I referred to it, my favorite pop and drop analysis here. So if I just scrunch up the chart and to illustrate what I'm talking about, this stock just has a dramatic history of pop and drop for every single move that has essentially unfolded over the course of the last year. Again, people thought this thing was quote unquote going to the moon. And, I was kind of firm in my belief that no, it's just a pop and drop stock. So that's sort of the history behind the nickname I've given it. I do want to start with a quick and fresh daily roadmap. It's been a while since we covered it. So we're going to start with some fresh levels just to kind of clean up the chart, if you will. And again, the same concepts and ideas will be in play. I just don't want to have a bazillion lines about all of the nuanced levels on my chart. So these are really the main ones that I would point out. Let's go ahead and throw those highs on there as well. And then zooming in a little bit, certainly looking underneath us for some supports. Let's just see what's around 550 if I scrunch up the chart. How does this sort of align? Would you look at that? Beautiful hold of 5/4 actually from this prior low. Did lead to a significant bounce. Is this going to be the start of the next pop? I ultimately don't know, but I certainly wouldn't really, want to get involved unless we get some sort of pattern. You guys know that's my MO here on these types of things. So in terms of expanding the chart, the main thing I would point out is that we're still underneath. If I scrunch it up a little bit as well, there we go. We're still underneath this major area of consolidation. It's kind of the range on the stock as of right now, or you could even start thinking about the range, if I scrunch it up a little bit more, as something like this, if you wanted to be a little bit more aggressive. Regardless, it doesn't change the fact that the bottom of the range is 660. So if we zoom back in to where we're currently at, doing something like this, then all that means is, say we do get a little bit of lift into the end of week, it's still, is this a back test of the bottom end of the range? Are we going to roll back over here, or are we going to poke our heads back up above? If we poke our heads back above, then as we know, we technically have a look below and fail. The target should be here at about 830. Could that lead to, again, a momentum style run in Ocugen? Sure, it could always happen in a stock like this, but I would really only want to get involved if we can start closing candles above this 660, or if it wants to give us clear signs of momentum, aka massive volume coming into the stock. As of right now, volume is actually tapering off. It's not really showing back up as we're bouncing off of this 525. So taking a closer look at the 30-minute intraday time frame session, the first thing I would point out is kind of the resistance trend line, right? You could do something like, let's come in from this high, actually. It just makes the most sense in my estimation. Kind of starting to break here and getting a little bit of consolidation. The main thing I wanted to discuss in today's video, essentially after joking about the pop and drop nature, is the move off of the support. Okay, so if I do something like this with the fibs, what you'll notice is that on today's session and into the close yesterday, really, this pullback held on to the 38.2. We're getting healthy consolidation towards the top end of this, forming a bit of a 30-minute pennant. Now, could this be the start of a bigger trend change? Yeah, absolutely, which again is why we're making the video, why it's worth talking about today. But still, 660 has to be on your radar. If we start getting into this level and we start printing inverted hammers or indecision dojis, basically, then hey, maybe it's a sign that we're still ultimately going to be in the daily downtrend, and this is where the little 30-minute uptrend is going to end. So please be on the lookout for those types of candles, anything that would sort of indicate to you that the buyers are losing momentum at this critical area of resistance. Now, if we get there and we do like another higher low pullback, then it sets up the potential retest for a break back into the range. So it's not like all bets are off if we get there and we pull back. It just has to be a small benign pullback for a higher low, right? If you start thinking about this as lows, higher lows, let's say the chart does pan out for something like this, again, it needs to be a set of higher lows. Ideally, it would hold up above this breakout point, which is close to today's highs. I don't want to cherry pick the high of today, actually. I really want to go with this horizontal level here at 612. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove the fibs. They've sort of served their purpose, right? We know that this is the level to hold on any further consolidation. So let's talk in terms of scenarios. Again, the resistance trend line's already starting to break. Any bullish consolidation here sets up the breakout up and over 612 to get you to 660. From there, reevaluate for all those things we just asked. Does it do something like this? Higher low pullback, reattempt. That from the daily would trigger the look below and fail. 830 should become the target. Maybe it turns into something bigger. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know for sure, but something to watch out for. And then if we start breaking down underneath the lows of the consolidation as of now for this 30-minute flag at $5.84, don't want to be involved in Ocugen at all, noting it will likely come back down to the lows, go sideways, and do God knows what until, the next pattern or a potential momentum move is initiated. So that's Ocugen in a nutshell. This is my favorite pop and drop type stock. If you enjoyed the video today or learned anything new, let me know in the comment section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.